Hey everyone, Oluwole here. Today we're traveling through time to explore 30 fascinating facts that have shaped our world. From the rise and fall of empires to groundbreaking inventions and inspiring leaders, we're about to uncover some incredible stories. Let's kick things off with ancient Egypt, a civilization that flourished for over 3,000 years. They developed a system of writing, sophisticated mathematics, and even toothpaste. And of course the pyramids, massive structures that still boggle our minds today. Next up, we've got ancient Greece, the birthplace of democracy and philosophy. From Socrates to Plato to Aristotle, these thinkers laid the foundation for Western thought. Plus, let's not forget about their epic myths and legends, full of gods, monsters, and heroes. Before we move on, we need to talk about Mesopotamia, often called the Cradle of Civilization. This region, located between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, is where humans first developed agriculture and formed cities. The Mesopotamians were seriously inventive, coming up with things like writing, the wheel, and even a legal code. The Sumerians living in Mesopotamia were the first to develop a writing system around 3500 BCE. This invention revolutionized communication and knowledge sharing, paving the way for the civilizations that followed. Over in Egypt, they were developing their own incredible inventions like the calendar. The ancient Egyptians created a solar calendar with 365 days divided into 12 months. It allowed them to predict the Nile's floods and plan their agricultural cycles. Let's jump back to ancient Greece for a moment to talk about democracy. The Greeks developed this system of government where citizens had a say in how things were run, a radical idea with a lasting impact on the world. And while we're on the topic of groundbreaking Greek ideas, let's not forget about philosophy. From ethics and logic to metaphysics and politics, Greek philosophers tackled some of life's biggest questions. Their ideas continue to challenge and inspire us today. Let's talk about the Olympic Games. Originating in ancient Greece as a religious and cultural festival, the ancient Olympics were a time for Greeks to come together, compete, and celebrate their shared heritage. Switching gears to ancient China, we encounter the Great Wall. This massive structure, stretching over 13,000 miles, is often called the longest man-made structure in the world. Built over centuries to protect China from invaders, the Great Wall is a testament to human ingenuity and determination. Now let's fast forward a bit and meet some of history's most iconic leaders. First up is Cleopatra, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt. Cleopatra's story is a reminder that women have always played pivotal roles in shaping history. Next, we have Alexander the Great, the Macedonian king who conquered most of the known world by the age of 33. His conquests spread Greek culture and ideas far and wide, creating a period of cultural exchange known as the Hellenistic Age. From one conqueror to another, let's talk about Genghis Khan, the founder and great Khan of the Mongol Empire. Known for his military genius and ruthlessness, Genghis Khan united the nomadic tribes of Mongolia and created one of the largest empires in history. But empires don't last forever, as the fall of Rome reminds us. In 476 CE, the Western Roman Empire crumbled under pressure from internal strife and external invasions, marking the end of an era and the beginning of the Middle Ages in Europe. Speaking of the Middle Ages, let's talk about an invention that would change the world forever: the printing press. Johannes Gutenberg's invention in the 15th century revolutionized the way information was spread. The printing press made it possible to produce books quickly and cheaply, leading to a surge in literacy and the spread of new ideas. But technological advancements weren't the only things shaping the world. In 1215, a document called the Magna Carta was signed in England. It established the principle that everyone, even the king, was subject to the law, laying the foundation for modern democracy. Now let's meet Joan of Arc, a young peasant girl who became a national heroine of France. At just 17, Joan claimed to have visions from God that instructed her to lead the French army against the English during the 100 Years' War. Her courage and conviction inspired the French troops, leading them to several important victories. Traveling across the globe to Africa, we encounter Mansa Musa, the 14th century emperor of the Mali Empire. Mansa Musa is widely regarded as one of the wealthiest individuals in history. His pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324 is legendary for its extravagance and the amount of gold he distributed along the way. Fast forward to 19th century China, where a massive rebellion known as the Taiping Rebellion shook the Qing dynasty to its core. Led by Hong Xiuquan, the rebellion aimed to overthrow the Qing dynasty and create a new, more egalitarian society, resulting in millions of deaths. The 18th century was marked by revolutions that shook the world. The French Revolution, which began in 1789, was a pivotal moment in history. This revolution led to the abolition of feudalism, the adoption of the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen, and the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. Around the same time, the Industrial Revolution was transforming the world in unprecedented ways. This period witnessed the rise of factories, mass production, and urbanization, fundamentally changing the way people lived and worked. The 20th century brought about its own set of challenges and conflicts, most notably the two world wars. World War I, which erupted in 1914, was a global conflict that resulted in millions of casualties and forever changed the political landscape of the world. Just 2 decades later, the world was once again engulfed in war. World War II, which began in 1939, was even more devastating than its predecessor. The rise of Nazi Germany and the expansionist ambitions of Japan plunged the world into a conflict that resulted in an estimated 40 to 85 million deaths. Amidst the darkness of war, there were also glimmers of hope and progress. The discovery of penicillin by Alexander Fleming in 1928 revolutionized medicine, effectively treating bacterial infections that were once deadly. One small step, the moon landing. In 1969, the world watched in awe as Neil Armstrong became the first human to walk on the moon. This monumental achievement captured the imaginations of people around the globe. Speaking of technological advancements, we can't forget about the internet. This vast network of computers has revolutionized the way we communicate, access information, and interact with the world. Now let's talk about some of the challenges and movements shaping our world today. Climate change is a pressing issue that requires our immediate attention. The climate change movement is calling for action to address this crisis and protect our planet for future generations. The Black Lives Matter movement is another powerful force for change in our world today. This movement is raising awareness about racial injustice and demanding an end to discrimination and violence against Black communities. The Me Too movement is another example of how people are using their voices to challenge injustice. This movement has sparked a global conversation about sexual misconduct, holding perpetrators accountable and working towards creating a safer world for everyone. The world has faced unprecedented challenges in recent years, most notably the COVID-19 pandemic. This global health crisis has highlighted the interconnectedness of our world and the importance of global cooperation in addressing shared challenges. And finally, we come to the digital revolution, a period of rapid technological advancement that continues to shape our world today. From smartphones and social media to artificial intelligence and blockchain technology, the digital revolution is transforming the way we live, work, and interact with the world. So there you have it, 30 fascinating facts that have shaped our world. But remember, this is just a glimpse into the vast and complex tapestry of human history. There are countless other stories, events, and individuals who have shaped our world in profound ways. So keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep discovering the fascinating stories that have brought us to where we are today.